Hey, what is going on, guys? RZ Stealth here, and in today's video, we're going to be going over my 67% win rate champion right now in preseason, who is Echo. And this isn't just your standard Echo that you're gonna see with like Electrocute in this patch. What I've been running on Echo recently is Kleptomancy. Ever since Klepto did get its mini rework, I've been using it on Echo, and I actually think it's legitimate. I do think it's a very good keystone for Echo, and in this video, we're gonna go over why I think it's a good keystone, why I'm using it right now, and then I'll also show you some gameplay of it in action. So if we take a look at the Rune page I'm running right now, it's going to be Kleptomancy, Magical Footwear, Dematerializer, Time Warp Tonic, and then for secondary runes, it's either going to be Nullifying Orb or Absolute Focus, depending on the matchup. So against AP, run Nullifying Orb. Against AD, run Gathering Storm instead of Nullifying Orb. And then for the adaptive damage, I'm going to take double adaptive and then either magic resist or armor, depending on your matchup. So the reason to why I like Kleptomancy right now over Electrocute and Dark Harvest is because, well, Dark Harvest just got nerfed, so I no longer think it's really even that good on Echo, because in a lot of matchups you can't really even proc it in the laning phase. Electrocute has also been nerfed over the past few months, and in a lot of matchups for Echo, I just don't feel like Electrocute is really worth it in the laning phase. Right now, in a lot of meta matchups, Echo can still trade in the laning phase, but he can't really look for kills and he can't really get solo kills, so that's why I do like Kleptomancy. I think it does give Echo a lot more value in the laning phase. With the Kleptomancy, it does allow Echo to hit an early mid-game spike as well. You're usually going to end up getting 300 to 600 gold from Kleptomancy in the first 15 minutes of the game, and that really helps Echo accelerate himself to his mid-game spike. Echo's mid-game of Proto Lichbane is one of the strongest mid-game spikes for any champion in the game, so with Kleptomancy, it just allows him to hit that spike a lot sooner. Now, I do still think that Electrocute is good in certain situations, and I still think it's a great choice on Echo. Like, if you're only running Electrocute on him, no matter the matchup, you're still going to have success on the champion, but I think that if you're in a matchup to where you can look for solo kills in the early laning phase and you can play aggressive, then still run Electrocute. I still think it's good there. If you're also in a matchup to where you're not going to be able to trade at all in the laning phase, and therefore you just aren't going to be able to get any Klepto procs, then run Electrocute in that situation too. But if you are in matchups to where you can still trade, but you can't really kill in the laning phase, that's when I think Kleptomancy is really good. So if you're up against someone like a Vladimir, Lissandra, Galio, Yasuo, these matchups to where you can trade, but you can't really look to solo kill them, I do think Klepto is great. So we're going to have the Vlad matchup here, and this is another matchup to where I do think Kleptomancy is really good. You just don't have a ton of kill pressure against Vlad in the laning phase. He's got a lot of sustain. He's just going to sustain up your damage from Electrocute, so running Klepto allows you to get a lot more gold in the laning phase here, and you can still trade into the Vlad, which is why I do like running the Klepto here in this matchup. So Corrupting Potions start pretty standard on Echo. I think in almost every single one of his meta matchups, you're going to want to go Corrupting. If you're in a matchup where you're up against someone like a Veigar, or if it's a very easy lane, then you can run Dark Seal start, but I just think the value you get from Corrupting Potion is really good, and it does help Echo sustain his weaker early game. So with Echo, at the start of the lane, you're going to want to look to do one of two things depending on the matchup. Either you want to look for a hard shove, or you want to just look to sit there in lane and just last hit with your Q. In the Vlad matchup here, I do want to try to get a shove in because he can't really pressure me a ton in the early game, and getting early prio on Echo here is going to be what I want to do. So we're going to get the shove in here. I did miss 2 minions. Pretty bad there. I shouldn't have missed those, but we're just looking to queue the next wave here as well. Just shove him into his tower. They do have a Camille. I don't think I'm dead here. I didn't even like take a look at who the enemy jungler was, which was really bad of me, but I don't end up dying, so it's not the end of the world. I should have been playing to bot side though there. If I realized that they had a Camille on their team. But I can just look to trade against Vlad here. Alright, Camille's coming back, so I just gotta be careful. I'm gonna hug topside now. Just make sure I don't die to a gank, but that was a good trade there off on Vlad. This is what I mean though about running the Kleptomancy. See how Vlad's, even though I traded with him pretty well in this lane, he's just sustained back up to full HP, and I don't really have kill pressure on him in the laning phase here, so running the Electrocute, it just doesn't give me as much value. So we get a mana potion there, so that's nice. Helps me sustain in the laning phase, and like getting the mana potions, getting the health potions, it's also another pretty underrated part of Kleptomancy. It just allows you to sustain your early game a lot nicer. So the first little bit of the laning phase, most matchups, you're not going to get a ton of Klepto procs. It's once you get your Protobelt, once you complete your Hextech Revolver, that's where you can look to be a little bit more aggressive with Echo. So even though I only have 70 gold right now, it's going to go up here in a bit. So Camille's dead here, so I can just look to play super aggressive in this lane. This is really good for me, so I'm just going to look to get a W off on him here. Really good trade. That's what you want to do with Echo. Like if you have control of the lane, get a pink ward in the bush, look to just use your W from Fog of War, jump in, and you're going to win the trade pretty much every single time. I got a health pop from that as well, so the sustain is really nice here now for the laning phase. I could just trade pretty carelessly, get my Klepto procs off. Alright, once he uses his third Q, that's when you want to try to trade. Really good trade there. Always going on Vlad once he uses his third Q. I could have looked to ult back in there, actually. I probably should have done that. I could have killed him there if I ulted back in. Because his pool was down. That was a mistake there. Alright, pretty easy kill there on Vlad. He's not respecting my ult. I could have done that earlier to him in the laning phase, but I just didn't end up taking advantage of the opportunity. So you can still get solo kills with Echo, like without Electrocute. I just don't feel like Electrocute in these kind of matchups is 100% necessary. Like you can still run it, but I do think that Kleptomancy does give you a little bit more value. And what I like to do on my Echo is once I hit a point to where I'm going to start shoving in and looking to go for roams, I like to get an early sweeper so that I can just clear out wards, know that when I'm roaming I'm not running over wards so that my roams aren't pointless and that the enemy team doesn't know where I'm going. So I think you should always get a sweeper on Echo, usually just whenever you want to start roaming. So he's pooling right away and I'm still winning the trade, so I'm not able to get the second Klepto proc off, but if he's pooling then it does give me more kill pressure like after. So basically I don't even care like where Camille is right now because I'm pretty safe. I have my ult up, I have my flash. If she ganks me I flash away, so even though I don't have a ward on this side, I'm just pretty much trying to hug bot side here. I got my ward there, so I can play pretty aggressive right now. Alright, I'm just going to look for a base here. I'm just going to grab Sheen. 12-minute Proto Sheen. Really early spike here on Echo. I've only got 195 gold right now from Klepto. Usually at this point you're around 300, so I feel like I've been getting a little bit unlucky this game with procs, but you know, some games you're not going to get a ton of gold, some games you are. And the games that you do though, like some games you'll get like 500 gold in the laning phase, 600 gold, and it just feels really good. You just hit such an early spike and you can take over those kind of games. I think I can pick this one up too. I got red buff right now, so this should be... Unless this Maokai just does an insane amount of damage. What is this Maokai damage, dude? Alright, I'm fine. I should be fine. Yeah, that was actually a lot closer than I expected. I just wanted to flash there to secure it. Oh crap, I might be dead. Oh, I missed my E. Oh, I think I was dead anyways, but I didn't see Vlad. I wasn't paying attention there. If he walked over one of these wards, I just wasn't focusing on where he was, but it wasn't too bad there. We give Vlad... Did he get a shutdown? I don't think he got a shutdown, but We got 2 kills. I did not expect Maokai to live for that long there. He doesn't even have any MR. I don't know why he was so tanky there. Let's just go ahead and grab... I'm gonna grab Mercs. Like, I want to grab Sork Boots here because I am ahead, but if you take a look at their comp, Maokai, Vlad, Kaisa, Brand, 4 AP damage. Like, if you're not going Mercs, you're kind of just trolling in this situation. I feel like most games Mercs is the right choice on Echo. A lot of people just default and they go Sorks every single game, but the amount of times that I die, like when I go Sorks, because I get chain CC'd, is like insane. So I just feel like the tenacity from Mercs really helps you out. What is that Zillion damage? I did not expect that damage from Zillion. Holy crap. I should have just went in right away there. I did not expect him to do... Jesus. So yeah, this game is pretty much over at this point, but hopefully I could showcase to you guys as to why Kleptomancy is pretty good here, like especially in this matchup. You just notice that I just didn't have any kill pressure on Vlad in the laning phase. He just pulls away pretty much every single time I trade, so getting the Klepto procs, getting the extra gold does help me out to reach my mid-game spike a lot faster. I don't think this guy has a... Yeah, I don't think he had ult there. So that's just an easy kill. I just run him down the lane. I probably didn't even have to ult there. That was probably unnecessary, but I just wanted to make sure. So my team doesn't even need me now. Like they can win on their own. So I'm just gonna pressure side lane here. And if they if their team leaves mid and comes for me, then my team 100% wins because they're so far ahead. And if they don't leave to come for me, my team's still gonna win, and I'm gonna get damage off on tower. So side lane is pretty much a win-win right now in this situation. Yeah, like I'm just getting the tower. We're still winning mid lane. I'm gonna go back here, grab my Lich Bane, and now I can really start. Now this is the point where you start popping off with Echo. Your 20-minute Proto Lich Bane with Boots 2 is what you usually get when you do run Klepto. This is usually when I would have picked it up sooner, like if I based a little bit earlier there. But we already have a Blasting Wand as well here, 19 minutes in, so the game's pretty much over. Like even if my team wasn't this fed, I think I could still carry this game pretty easily. So build-wise on Echo, after you get your Proto Belt and Lich Bane, depends on the situation. I know a lot of people like to go Zhonya's. I personally don't like Zhonya's, and I almost never build it. Unless the enemy team is like full AD, I'll almost never build Zhonya's because I feel like it just slows down your spike on Echo. It just feels like a really bad transition into the mid to late game. Your damage just falls off if you go for Zhonya's. So I like to go either Morello or Rabadons most times. If the enemy has healing, definitely Morello. If I want some more tankiness, Morello. Or if I'm super far ahead, they have no healing, I'll usually just go Rabadon's third item. I don't know why he's diving mid there. That just makes no sense at all. Alright, that should be gamer. We should be able to pretty much close it out here. Alright, GG. So that is going to be it for this video, guys. That is a pretty good game there on the Echo against the Vladimir. Hopefully this did showcase to you guys as to why the Klepto Echo is pretty strong in certain matchups, and especially in this Vlad matchup here. No kill pressure in the laning phase really against the Vlad. Take the Klepto, get a lot of gold, advance yourself into that mid game spike a lot faster. So I just think it's really nice here, especially in this matchup. If we take a look at damage, I did third on the team, so not bad. My team did really well this game. Top lane won, bot lane won, so I didn't even need to do as well as I did probably to win the game, but we won lane on Echo. We did pretty well, so overall a pretty good game there. But with that being said, guys, if you did enjoy this video, be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you have yet to already. So thanks for watching, have an awesome day, and I'll see you in my next video.